Satisfactory. Oh, allergies again. Let's change this. There's four. There you go. Change this one. Four. Shit. Four. Done. Okay. Now they're updated. Go. Cool. Now, we got a couple things happening. I went ahead and built this last night because I was going to go hunting and I wanted to be able to throw shit in here and it auto sort. So we're going to do that. And away they go. Pretty cool. Same thing over here. We'll put those away. They'll sort. There you go. For some reason, those are slower. Excuse me. All right, so let me go put this stuff away. And let me turn down the game audio just a little bit. We've got, I did work a little bit last night. I hunted. I just didn't get on stream. I hunted worms and remains because we needed tickets to buy the aluminum parts. And I worked on the power factory a little bit. Power plant, I guess. So we ended up with, I think, just enough tickets to get it done. Oh, yeah. Here, hold on a minute. I gotta update the stream title. There we go. That's updated. Oh, move that out of the way. It is my birthday. 45 years old. 45 years old. All right, we're gonna go back over here and see. I don't know if I can buy my way into this or not. Excuse me. I think we have everything for aeronautical engineering, but we're gonna go look at the tickets that we need. Because this has been making tickets. 15. And then do we have any? No, we don't have any. We need 50. God dang. Those are expensive. There's those. And then we need to see motors? Really? Excuse me. All right, well, we might be able to get this done. I think this is just drones. I know we have the motors. Yeah. There we go. So all of tier 7's done. Tier 8. Excuse me, we're getting there. We are getting there. Cool. And then we've got a lot of this done. There's still a few little things that we need to... We need to keep going on. Anyways, all good. Let's head over to the factory. We're gonna let the tickets go. Let the thing go. There we go. Sorry, didn't realize that was off. I am here. Hi. Oh yeah. Tame the billy goat. Okay. So basically we've done everything. We did line up a couple things for our benefit, but we've done everything with those 3 factories and a couple belts coming up underneath. And this is where we started, so pretty awesome that we're where we're at. There's a worm. I've started getting these every time I see them. When I was hunting, I was grabbing them because I ended up with nothing, and I was like, I better start actually picking these things up and actually, you know, making an effort. There we go. All right, so what did we get done yesterday? We got all of these linked up. They're all boosted. All of the oil's going in there except for this one right here. And we were trying to stockpile our plastic and rubber before we did that. Okay, this is backed up. All 3 of these are full. So that's good. Rubber. Pretty close. We'll let it keep going. We'll let it keep going for a minute while we look at the rest of the factory. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this right here. I just kind of brought it out to, I don't know, give me a starting point. We got all the water extraction, water production done for it. This floor is all plastic and rubber. Oh yeah, and this is what I decided to do. I closed this off and worked on some of these aesthetics over here. We're going to be going out there to blenders. But this is all heavy oil residue. So I went ahead and blocked it off because I wanted to run the lines along the wall here. And the only issue that I ran into is like it's really hard to keep these straight. So it looks janky. And I had to do some real weird splits to make sure that the numbers added up there. So each one of the numbers, these first two lines need 320 each because they're 8 lines each, and I only needed 15. So there's 300 on each one, so they're gonna be under a little bit, but it'll be all right. So all that's feeding through. We got all the pipes done. We have all of the belt work done. Oil's feeding through. So we're doing really good. I'm not sure why I just deleted that. And then we have blenders out here. This is our next stage. Oh yeah. I forgot. I forgot to launch Modeler. Okay, so this is what we're working on. This is the big picture. And we are right here. So 48 blenders, 2,400 heavy oil residue and 4,800 water coming in. So we'll figure that out. That's not a big deal. The bigger issue right now is that we don't even have the ability to make diluted fuel. I'm still working on the MAM. We're going to continue to work on this, and we're going to continue to unlock recipes, but I was like, let's go ahead and sorry. There we go. I was like, let's go ahead and get this thing built to figure this thing out, but so we're going 48 by 6. 8 rows of 6. So that's our first row. And we're gonna have outbound over here, inbound over here. So crazy. We got to give it enough space. I don't know. I don't know if this platform is going to be big enough. Sorry, was that backwards? Yeah, inbound. So the oil's coming in here. Heavy oil residue is going to come in this side. Outbound's going to go that way. Sorry. Five, 6. Guess I miscounted over there. And then up there is going to be a big ass battery bank. This will produce like 60K. That's crazy. How much did I have between over here? 2 full squares. Three, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Did I miscount again on both sides? I damn sure did. Okay. I mean, it's fine. We can just copy the recipe once we get it. We'll do the first one and just copy it. I'm not worried about it. I'm more worried about sitting around waiting while we wait on a recipe. How many is that? 5. We got 3 more rows to go. We've got to keep this MAM going. We have enough hard drives. Oh. Two. 5. 6. This is number 7. Motors. What damn motor? High steam fluid? All right. It's recipe time. Really? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Sorry. So basically, we're gonna have 600 water per line and 300 heavy oil residue. And we have enough motors to finish what we need. We just gotta um, what's the train of thought? Let them upload. Yeah. The only thing I did not consider. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Yeah. Anyways, the only thing I didn't consider was the alignment of the pipes. We're gonna go look at that now. Hopefully, we don't have to put the blenders back down. We probably will. Well, all I know is Tyra would be proud of me. The last fuel plant that I built it all kinds of food board. It was like 6 or 8 splitting, or 8 combined into 4, and like 8 lines of refineries combined into 4 lines of refineries combined into long stretches of 600 on the fuel generators. It was terrible. We've kind of remedied that and thought through this process, so hopefully this will be better. Oh my God, dude, I'm gonna turn my phone off. Oh, very nice, babe. Baby, very nice. It's what? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, outbound. So over here, this is the inbound. And this is going to be the outbound. So this would be. That is straight. So unfortunately, this will be inbound. Which really kind of doesn't matter. We don't have a huge amount of walking space around there, but that. All right. So, unfortunately, though, hold on. That's not the way that that works. Or is going to work, rather. Each one of these pipes has 300 in it. So we're going to... Oh, hell. We're going to do it this way. Yeah. Then we have water as well that we have to factor in. Oh, hold on, I just thought of something else. Is it easier to turn these? Nah, we'll be fine. With the water, it's going to come this way, it's going to come out and come down here. And then it's going to split. The only problem is this guy right here, but... we'll work with it. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. That's what we wanted. 100 fuel a minute, and there's six of them. Before I go any further, let's take a look at this, because we do have a little bit of a problem, and I'm almost thinking it might be easier to keep that hooked up. That's not the issue. Every time I select something, it comes off a zoop. All right. So, herein lies our issue. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 pipes that need to go out. This is not going to work in that location. The reason is because these pipes have to come out and turn. So, not a good situation. So, these are 300 each. Is that right? Oh, these aren't even boosted yet. $300. Now we're at 300. Go ahead and knock this out. These are all 300, so every single pipe down there is 300. think I've preloaded most of these. That side's good. All of these pipes are 300. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not as concerned about water as I am about oil. Yeah, okay. So, here's the dilemma. We either bring water this way and go ahead and tie all our water in, line up all our blenders, and then we do our oil, which is going to come straight out of here. But we're going to have to come up with our oil and come across and drop it down. I think that'll be fine. So let's do water first. While paying attention to how our oil comes out for alignment purposes. In order to do that, excuse me, what I'm going to do is just grab some pipes, just grab it like this. For now, we're going to cross these pipes, but they're just guidelines. Mainly so our when we lay down our blenders, all I want is for my oil to be coming straight out of this. You could raise the blenders if you want. I could raise the blenders. Why would I raise the blenders? I have 16 water pipes that I have to bring in. So if I raise the blenders, that means I have to raise 16 water pipes. That was like, it's a good idea, Nate. I was just thinking, I thought about that and I was like, well, because my water pipes are coming over here. I think you're thinking about like these pipes crossing, but I'm thinking about, I have to either raise the blenders and then I have to raise 16 water pipes. I have to do all of that. Or I could just raise 6 oil pipes. So I think what I'm going to do is the 6 oil pipes. I have a plan. I have a master plan. Good input though. Okay, so each one of those pipes over there is 300 and each one of these rows is going to require 600. So what we're going to do, crossing my bank dash and a little bobbing dog watching everybody pass. Ain't a country station that I can't tune in. Okay. So bear with me. That's what I just did is my water pipe. Oh, that's crooked. Two meters. 2 meters really shouldn't make a difference on the lift for that. So that's my oil pipe right there. And then my water pipe will be right down here. Oh shit. There. Okay, and then this is going to go away for now. We got our alignment right. Yep, I like it. So for the water, we're going to go this. We got 16 pipes that are going to be coming across here. Or not 16. Eight pipes. Did I do that right? 3, 4, 5. We need one more. Okay, why 8 pipes? Well, these are 16, or there's 16 pipes down here, but we're gonna combine those into 8. Because they're 300s, we need 600s for each line. So we'll have 8 water pipes coming across here. And then we'll have our oil come across the top here. So this corridor is going to kind of suck a little bit. All right, foundations. Let's do a 2-meter foundation. From here. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I'm digging it. And then all of our other pipes are going to go right underneath that. Shoot out that way. Okay. All right, let's line this thing up. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The only thing I'm kind of wondering about, maybe I should have done, I think I like that a little bit better, actually. Let me fix that. A little more abrupt rise. I don't know. It just looks better to me. That doesn't. I don't think there's a way to avoid it. I really don't like how far away that is from the pipe. I think it's too far. Oh, shit. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that, but I'll fix it. Okay, that's lined up perfect. Let's go. I like how it's lined up perfect. I hit H and it moves anyway. There we go. Got about what? Half a square. About right. No, it's like basically right on that line. Are those straight? Are those straight connections? No. All right. Will this work? So we're essentially the same distance at this point. Oh, my only real issue at this point is the length of this. All right, so let's finish this row. I don't think water pipes are going to be that big of an issue. Because we're going to have junctions on each end, so we can just make a right turn and tie in pipes. It's going to look weird-ish. Outside. Oh, nope. Hard to tell. I keep doing it. You know what? I assume outside. Motherfucker. I keep deleting the wrong thing. Nope, it's inside. Son of a bitch. Okay, hold on. All good. Let's fix this. I don't know why I keep deleting blenders. Okay. Problem solved. Let me do this one and this one. I think this is the other one I screwed up. Okay. Okay. Crazy, I went and corrected everything. Only to be wrong. Okay, she's straight. Yeah, okay. Uppers 3, lower 6. Everything's marked 2. Perfect. You like that? Hopefully I like that. Yeah. We're going to line this up perfectly with the bottom. That was totally off. Why is this not wanting to line up? Is that lined up? Yeah. Hey, buddy. Why aren't you... There you go. Okay. There. Water, and there's oil hooked up for the second row. It looks good. Yeah, it looks real good. Let me fix all these. Should all be good. God dang it. Dude. Okay. I think that's it right there. Great. taking that support out right there, if that's gonna just, it's ugly. Ugly. Delete so much of that. We on fire. Six. Row 4. We only have 2 more rows to go. Damn. Like it. interested in joining the game with me and helping me connect. $240 generators in the next step. I'll have to change the game type, but okay. Am I out of fuel? No, I still got 30 fuel left. 2 rows left on this, and then we're doing really good. Oh hell, that ain't gonna work. Okay, is that lined up? Actually, it is lined up. I'll be down. Okay. Yes, sir. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have a clue how I'm going to arrange the generators. And we still have to do the batteries. We still have to do the battery bank. Okay. Blastro generator. Oh, let's do the water. I guess let's go ahead and knock this water out. Might as well. One less thing to do later. But yeah, Nate suggested that I raise the blenders, and I was like, well, I have 8 water lines, you know. I thought I had 16, but I only have 8 water lines. And then I was like, well, if I raise it, I'm still running into an intersection issue right here, so kind of, unless I went beneath the foundation. So I felt like this was the best solution to the problem. All right, here we go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I have raised the blenders and done it differently? I may have screwed my stack the generators vertical. Make a power tower. We could do that. We could do a modular, we could do a blueprint like that. You know, I might be asking for trouble doing it this way, honestly. We might end up with tons of oil flow problems, but I think realistically, if we have an oil flow problem, we can put a pump right here on all of these. But I don't think we're going to run into that. It's only 2 meters. So to do a power tower, we would have to raise the fuel. I mean, we could, honestly, we could do that, and we could just bring the fuel up the side and then drop it down. So the fuel would feed from top to bottom. It's something to think about. Kind of a unique concept. $240. Because of fuel. We're going. It's fuel, so it's 20 per minute. So each tower. We have 30 on each line. Which is 6, right? 8 towers of 30. Sorry, now you got me thinking. I think I have an idea. I usually raise the blenders and have them face each other, then with a pipe going under their foundation and one running beside them so I can run under the pipes. Oh yeah, I'm doing a walkway above the pipes. But that makes sense. That makes sense. I was just saying that, like, the pipe work for me, when I was looking at 16 pipes, I was like, damn, because there was going to be 2 water pipes running to each one, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and get this done, and then we're solid with this. We're still going to have to run our fuel lines to our power towers, but we're going to have to figure out our power towers, which I think I have a kind of unique concept. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to use a mega print though for what I'm doing instead of. I mean, I'll do. It'll be a blueprint, but it's gonna be kind of cheaty. I think. We'll see. Pipe cross to link all four. Yeah, I got an idea for what I'm gonna do. I've done that before, and I had liquid issues when I connected. If I connect to more than 2 generators with a pipe cross, then I have I was running into issues because I was doing like it was. Place 4 in pairs of 2 and place a pipe between them connected. You can pipe linked across all 4. A pipe linked across all 4. So what I was doing before, if I can get my act together here. So I had like 4 generators like that, and then I was running up the middle, so I only had 2 connected to each one, and I was having issues this way. Happy birthday! Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another way that I've done it in the past is so you turn this. I can't remember how I did it though. I basically turned it so there's 4 generators facing each other, and then or 3 generators facing each other, the pipe cross, and then there's one coming out, and then go that, something like that. I can't remember how I did it. I think I built a custom foundation, and then they snapped to that foundation. I'll mess with it later. I think I kind of have an idea of how I want to do it, but for now, I just want to get this done. Okay, there'll be 8 pipes right here. Did I do this wrong? I think I did this wrong. I did this wrong. I need 2 more rows, right? Yep, I did it wrong. I didn't do it wrong. I did right? Or did I? 6 rows of 8, right? Yeah. But the problem is eight rows of 6. How? Hold on. I screwed up big time. Okay, so I've got 8 pipes coming in. We did that math correctly. There should be 8 rows here. That's why there's 8 pipes, which would be 600s. So each one of these, that's right, that's correct, 600. 6 times 5 is 300, so that's correct. So we need 2 more rows. Cool. Yeah. So my question is then, where did I do my math wrong? Because this is 400. Each one of these is 400 coming out of here. So that should be 8 times 5 would be 400. So we're short on water on these runs. Correct? This is 1500 on this row. The bottom line is, I'd rather the residue. I can deal with the water because I can add more water extractors. I can't add more of this at this point. So it's not a huge deal. We just add 2 more on the end of each one of these, and then we'll deal with the water. How did I do that? How did I do that? I know how. I engineered it around my water instead of my oil, my heavy oil residue. This is easily fixable. Easily fixable. Not a huge deal at all. The only issue is these last 2, all of these last 2, we'll have to figure out the water. It's not going to be on the same pipe. It can't be on the same pipe. So what I should have done probably is I should do 16 pipes, but do 450 on each pipe through Mark II pipes. So that you'd have 2 water pipes. So one would feed the first 4, one would feed the last 4, and just have them feed. I got an idea. Where's the fucking... There. I'm gonna toy with something. I'm gonna look at something here. We can expand our water production a little bit. Why is this? Oh, well, because I'm stupid. That's 300. That's going to be 450. It's going to be 400 water on each one. Okay, and there's a break there. So these 4 are on a water pipe. Those 4 are on a water pipe. We're still looking good. And then this is going to go. Okay, so we'll have 6 pipes over here, 400 each. Okay, that's going to feed this side, and then we'll have 6 pipes over here, 400 each, feeding this side. Okay, not a terrible fix. And then these, okay, so let's look at this, because water's good on plastic. This is all hooked up, so I don't need to fuck with that. What I need to do, 6 and 6. So we need 12 400 pipes is what we need to feed all of this, if I'm doing my math correctly. And we have 16 300 pipes. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Correct. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I got a game plan. So we're going to have to reconfigure our pipes in the initial setup. Because I'm an idiot and I didn't do my math right. Stay in school, kids, so you don't end up having to run your water pipes twice. This 400 will feed this side. Oh, fuck. Yeah, diluted fuel. Two, three, four. We'll break here. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so this side feeds this side, that side feeds that side. Oh, man. Okay, so we're going to get this taken care of, then we'll go back and fix the water extractors. Basically, I think what we're going to end up doing is, because they can make up to 300 each, we're going to downclock them to 200 so that we have 24 extractors producing 200, and then we're going to combine that into one Mark II of 400 that's going to come 6 here and 6 there out of here. And we have all this room, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Problem solved. And it is worth it in the long run just to plan it out and do it the right way, I believe. And the cool thing about this diluted fuel is that initially it's going to produce 60,000. If we ever go to rocket power off of this, we already have the diluted fuel. So we just dump that into other productions. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. That's 2, 3, 4, and break. Did I break that one in the right spot? I did. Okay. Then we can drag this down here. Oh, that's not straight. Gross, dude. That still doesn't look straight. It is, though. It might be that it's super close to the... It's probably that it's super close to the end of this. I probably should have moved this over one space. Like this. Yeah, it looks better. That looks better. A little bit. Kind of ish. Whatever. It's connected, so that'll be that. And then as far as our... I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to combine our 6... Well, that's another thing is we're going to have to split up our outbound fuel into 300s. So we'll have 4 on 1 and 4 on 1, which will... Or, sorry. We have 800 fuel coming out of here. Oh, I know. We'll figure it out. You're going to have to raise or lower your fuel pipes. Yeah, I said that. We're going to raise the fuel pipes. We're going to make a power tower. So we're going to make a tower with all the fuel going up there, and we're going to pump it, and then we're going to come back down. We're going to feed it top down. We already talked about this. Okay. Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have 400s, which is not ideal. But it might change up our dynamic. That's 20. Let's run to 20 instead of... That actually might work in our favor. So we do 40 and 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. And mark 2 pipes. We won't have to split it weird. It'll be 400s, not 40, 40. 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. Because we're making 800 per line diluted fuel. And then we'll run those lines down to probably that end and go that direction. All right, 2 rows are taken care of. And then all of this will have catwalks and walkways, so all this pipe work will be hidden. See our catwalks, walkways right there? We'll connect them. Boom. Through the factory. Cool. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our break. Mark II pumps can push, I believe, 20 meters at a time. So we can have some fun with this design. The cool thing with like a power tower or a fuel tower is that like once you only have to pump it once. Oh shit. You only have to get it up the tower. Once it's up the tower, and since it's our last stage of fuel production, we're not doing like crude oil up high or whatever. We're just pumping the diluted fuel all the way up the tower, and then it's going to fall down into where we need it. Mark 2 is 50 meters, 20 meters. Mark 2 is 20 meters, I believe. It's 10 meters for Mark 1. 20 meters. Mark 1 is 10 meters. I think Mark 2 is 20 meters. Can't use my words. Sorry. Okay, and then there's that. You guys must think I'm a complete idiot, huh? Having to do this. Well, as long as I can be somebody's comic relief, that's what I'm here for. All right, we're ready for Manticore. There's your present. I did all the work on Scorched Earth to get us through the map. Hell yes, thank you. That's like the best birthday present ever. Sweet. Well, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll knock out Scorched Earth tomorrow then. Was there tames on Scorched that you wanted to get before we shut Scorched down? Like after we do Manticore? I gotta answer this. I'll be right back. Hello. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. Ari says I'm wrapping up the scorched specific tame right now. Sweet. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That makes me happy. Happy. I got everything lined up, I think. And if I did the math correct, there should be 800 water coming in here, which is 400 on each side. And then 400 heavy oil residue, right? Yeah, 400. So let's just make sure that maths before we move forward, because I think all my math is working out at this point. Each one of these should make 40, and there should be 8 of these. 10 of these. I think 10 of these. Oh, well, that's interesting. I did rows of 11. Did I do rows of 11? Surely not. No, I did rows of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. So we got 400 coming off of each one. Heavy oil residue. 300 crude oil coming in. So 400 will feed these perfectly. So I did engineer it that way off the crude oil, not the water. Oh, thank God. That would have been a nightmare. So now what we have to do is split our water off this way. And what I'm thinking we're going to have to do is make another raceway down here. Most of that's going to get deleted. Now we got to deal with the water situation. And then we got to figure out where our control room's going to be. Kind of wanted to build a little electrical control room somewhere and tie all our circuits in. So we got a main feed, and then we can turn things on and off independently. Oh, it's good. So here's what we're going to do. We need to identify those two pipes and those two pipes that are going up. Those are 300s. I believe. It's going to be the last two. Of course it's going to be the last two in this line. Why wouldn't it be the last two in this line? Yeah, 300, 300. So we got those going up. So this is going to get downclocked. Does it really matter, though? Does it really matter if we're sending 300 instead of 200? Trying to think how many I need total. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 right now. So that means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm thinking. Don't bother me, I'm thinking. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, because we don't want odd numbers, right? It's fine. We still need 24 pipes feeding this. But I was like trying to look at it and I was thinking, hey, Bobuck, what are you trying to say, Nate? 4,800 divided by 300 is 16. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I need 7 more pumps. I don't need 300s, Nate. I need 400s. That's what we're getting at. We need 200s. You're dividing by 3, and I need 200. Like that. So that means we need 24 200s. The reason, okay. All right, Nate, look. So maybe you can be my fresh eyes on this. I'm not. You've obviously been around the block a couple times, so correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I have this tied into 4, which is 400 water, okay? So I need 400 water coming in here. Well, I can't get 300 off an extractor, so what's the next best thing? Or I can't get 400 off an extractor. So do I want to do a bunch of pipe splits, or do I want to downclock these to 2 and just combine 2 into 1? Do you know what I'm saying? So what I was thinking about doing, because I don't want to mess this up. I like the way that this looks, right? So I'm thinking like I need 400, right? Which means I need 8 200s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just play along with me, okay? 7, 8, okay? And then I take this out and I go 200. Oh shit. 200. Okay. Coffee settings. 200, brother. 200. There, now coffee settings. Okay, these should all be 200 now. All the way down. So I have 8 200s, okay? I have... I may need more. Hold on. I think I mathed wrong. Nate's sitting there laughing at me. 12 200s. Sorry. I need 12 200s because I need 6 400s. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So I have 12 water extractors that's pumping out 200 each. They're underclocked to 200. I combine these into 6 pipes. So every 2 of these will feed one of these pipes. So that takes care of the backside of my production. And then the front side of my production, I got to go look because we may need like 3 more extractors. But what I'm thinking about doing, because it looks so pretty, the water looks so pretty down there, I may end up doing something a little dramatic. Thinking about using this water for aluminum, and then just doing another row right here of 12, and feed these pipes this way, feed these pipes this way. So these pipes will go boom and connect to that. These pipes will go boom and connect to that. Problem solved. Water always looks pretty with a 5080. Right? And then these will be 300 because I have 4800 water. I have 4800 water being produced in here. So we just keep these at 300. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because this water facility, I'm really proud of, and I really don't want to be like tying pipes together and halfway doing shit. We basically have 16. Okay, that's 10. This is 10. That's 20. 4 of these go upstairs, so we have 16 300s over here that we can use at any given time. And if we did it the other way, we would have to basically take 12 of those pipes out. So I think we're just gonna yeah. Because we still have aluminum, so, and it's not that hard because we're going to do a train station for bauxite. So we can just bring bauxite over here. There. Yeah. You've got 8 pipes of water, each bringing in 600 water. All you need to do is send 4 pipes to the other side. Where are you getting 8? Where are you getting 600? I don't need 600. I need pipes with 400 in them. Nate, that's what I'm telling you. This is 100, 100, 100, 100. I need 6 pipes of 400. Not. I know, he's sitting over there like banging his head on the desk. Look. This is split right here. It's not connected. That's 400 water. That's 400 water. And I have 6 rows of 400 this way and 6 rows of 400 that way. And I do not have 8 pipes of 600. That's what I'm trying to say. These right here, I have 8 pipes of 300. This is 2400 water. This is 2400 water. So I have to, in order to make that work, because these already have 300 going in them, in order to make this work, I got to do some splits, or I got to start underclocking. So I'd have 8 of 200 here and 8 of 200 there if I underclocked. So I'd have 16 200s coming out here. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep this the way it is and use this for aluminum. It's ready to go. Not a big deal. And then I'll just do another row of 12 right here. How come this isn't wanting to line up, though? Oh, now you're going to line up? So yeah, it just doesn't, what I was trying to avoid, I guess what you're saying is like, just bring your pipes out and connect your 3s like you would 200s. Don't worry about it. That does kind of make sense, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Two, three, four. Because I'm going to have to build water for aluminum anyway. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Done. So basically, I get what you're saying, though, Nate. I understand what you're saying, and logically, it does make sense. Because you're like, okay, listen, you're talking about you need 400. You need 6 400s. Those are Mark IIs. They can handle 600. I'm like, okay, cool. And you're like, okay, those are 300s over there. So if you connect 2 300s, that's a 600. So I can basically take 12 of those pipes and connect them here, and I'll be pushing 600 where I need 400, and it's the same result. So I take, I don't know, I'm trying to think. I have 8 and 8, 16. So 16 divided by 2, it's 8. I'll have 8 pipes. I'll still be short if I do it that way. I'll still have to create water extractors. 16. These are 16. Okay, so 16. This is where I was at. 16 times 300. Okay? 4,800 divided by 8, because I'm going to combine those. Or 16 divided by 2, because I'm going to combine those, is 8 pipes, right? So if I use these, I've got enough to fill 8 of these pipes. 6 on this end, 2 on that end, which means 4 of those pipes down there don't have any water going to them. Which means I still have to build extractors. So I'm like, okay, let me just leave this intact for nitrogen, and let me make this nice and clean over here. That makes sense? Está bien? Okay, cool. Good talk. And these are all clocked at 200. So what I'm going to do is I need 6 pipes coming over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, wait, I'm a little blind. What do you mean you're a little blind? What the hell are you talking about? Happy birthday, man. Oh, I was like, what, Bobek? What's wrong, brother? That's funny, dude. Thank you. Oh, my God. I don't know why it does this. Okay. I'm going to respawn. Every now and then when I fall in the water, it does that where you can't jump out. You hit the space button to jump, it won't let you jump out. So, how many tickets do we have built up, by the way? 104? That's not terrible. This is still making? Oh, we got tons of hatchers. Oh, man. I hunted for 2 hours last night. Hunted. That's all I did was hunted. So, ma'am. Here we go. All right, back to the oil. Happy birthday. I'm 45 years old. Old as shit. I think Nate's over there like punching himself in the face watching me play this game. I was just mathing. Figured you could. Happy birthday, man. Thank you. Figured you could do some pipe junctions to split and merge water. Yeah, I was thinking about doing it, but I was because I could do that. Honestly, I could do that, or I could say, okay, we're not going to split them, and I could underclock 16 of these to 200 and send those, or 12 of these to 200 and just send those pipes out and be done with it. Because that's what I was going to do, is just underclock them and be like, okay, well, you're not sending 300 to those pipes. You're sending 200. Then just take 12 of these pipes out. 10 and then these 2 or something like that. Easy peasy, done. Line them out, connect them, and be done. But I was like, you know what, though? Let's do that, Nate. Let's do that. I just thought of something. If I don't underclock these, I'm gonna have those. God bless it. I'm done. I'm so done. Like, why does it do this shit? I gotta change that. Okay, spacebar there. Spacebar's jump right there. Spacebar's handbrake again. Spacebar is craft. How about, is that why it's doing that? Handbrake. Craft there. Focus search box is spacebar. Let's do insert. I don't get it. I don't understand. That's not. Okay, I guess that was it. Anyways, we're out of fuel. Again. You only, no, I don't need only one extra junction per, listen, I have to underclock the pipes. Okay. it's not a junction because you're like, well, you have pipes of 600. No, that's not what I'm saying. I would have to split off. So I can either underclock my water production or I can split my pipes off. And I have to do all this crazy splits to make it work. Because what you're saying is, okay, there's 300, right? Well, 300 and 400, they go into 12. So you're like, okay, well, if you did 2 pipes of 6 and then, like, that gets all fucking messy. And I'm like, I don't want to do that shit. I get what you're saying, but I'm like, there's no way for me to do it the way that you're saying and make it look pretty like this. Make it look nice and neat coming out of here. I have to do all these junctions to make 1200 into 3 4s. To make 300 into 1200. Sorry. These are 300s. To make these 300 600s, I have to go up, you know, like it's all a mess. 4 of these go, I don't know. 2 of these go into 6, and then I don't even know what I'm saying 1200. Like my brain is not even wrapping around that, and I'm like, okay, it's much easier for me to go 200s into 400s. So what do? These pipes are already run. Let's make these pipes 200s. Let's underclock these. So the last 2 on this side are going upstairs, so we don't touch those. So then we just go bam, and then take this to 200. Copy the settings, excuse me. Dio, happy birthday, thank you. That's a 200 now. That's a 200 now. All of those will be 200s. It's going to actually save me electricity. Not electricity, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to have as much to get this going because I'm doing it this way. So this is actually going to help me more than it's going to hurt me doing it this way. Whereas if I was going to run those other extractors and I was thinking about doing it and just using this for aluminum, I'm going to run twice as many extractors, which is really going to cost me a lot. So now I've got Mark II pipes with 200 in them instead of 600. And these last 2 go upstairs. Those should be at 400. Or 300 and 300, sorry. So I'm sending 600 upstairs on this side. And then these should be, that's a 200, yep. And then these over here are going to be 300s. There we go. Okay, so perfect. All right. All right, so what you're telling me, what you're trying to tell me is 7, 8. This is 12. What you're trying to tell me is I need 1 extra junction. Okay. So hold on. I can make this work without more extractors for sure. So this is 200, this is 200, 200, 200, 200. No. 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. So this is going to be 12 pipes coming into here if I do it that way. So what I could do, I basically need 6 times 4 is 2400. So I need 2400 fluid coming out of this side over here. Eight times 3. So 8 times 3 would be 2400. 6 times 4 would be 2400. The problem is going from 300 max pipe to 200 or 400 over there. What he's saying is max out 2 of these pipes and add 100 to it. Yep, my brain hurts too. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying. I think what he's saying is this. So if I did 300 and I did 300, right? And then I take these out all the way out the front. So basically I do 2 300s, 1 200. Straight. Let me do it this way. Okay, essentially like this needs to be 400. So basically I could take a 200 pipe and split 100 off that. If I took that 200 pipe, right, and I split it, it should send 100 one way and 100 the other way, which means if I connect a 300 pipe and then tie that 200 in, that's 400. So what he's saying is I could connect 300, 300, and then tie a 200 to both of those. And that's going to make 400 on this, and then 300, 300, another 2. 300, 300, another 2, which maths, that works. It's just the junctions are going to be nasty. But for the sake of Nate not banging his head on the desk and going crazy watching me play this game, I'm going to do it. And everything comes out right here, so hold on, why is this? Let's give this another row. So to make it clean, oh hell, hold on. That's not gonna work. Bro, I would turn those water extractors into pairs because it's an even number. Have them. I am not doing that. You want me to tear everything up in here and flip them? Like 16 and a half. No way. You're out of your freaking mind. You're out of your mind, dude. You want me to undo all of these pipes, rerun all these pipes so they're facing each other, so that I have 20 pipes running down the middle of this. So it's 16 and a half. 16. It's 8 pipe. No. Dude, you're stuck on stupid. Listen to me. You're focused on this, right? Focus on this. There's 6 pipes over here. 6. There's 6 pipes. There's 6 pipes on that side. There's 6 rows. There's 6 rows. Okay? There's 6 pipes. You're stuck on over here. You're stuck over here going, it's 8 pipes. It's 8. I get it. It's 8 pipes. But then you have to take 8 pipes and turn them into 6. The 8 pipes into 6 is what I'm worried about. And you're like, no, tear up all your water extractors, make them face each other so you only have 8 pipes over here. Then I take 8 pipes and make them into 6. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No way. Not a chance in hell. I'm not doing it. That is the dumbest thing. I get what you're saying, and you're like, okay, but this math works. Okay, well, my math works too. So what we have to do is we have to... Saz says happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. Okay. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is easy. This is easier than I'm making it out to be. Okay? Basically, what I need to do is I need to take those out, and as soon as I can, make a right turn. Okay? And then each one of these is 400. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. We're making it out to be bigger than it is. Right? So in order for these to be 400, this needs a 300 and a 100. Okay? This needs a 300 and a 100. This needs a 300 and a 100. It's a pain in the ass. I know. That's what I was trying to avoid. And the problem is when I built this, I didn't factor in water. I factored water in, but I didn't do the math, okay? I built these off of 6, and I was like, oh, this works perfectly. It feeds directly into... It doesn't feed directly into there. It's not the same thing. We're not the same. Pipes don't split like belts. There's a priority fill system. I'm not letting you join, because what you're going to do is come in here and be like, I'm going to delete these and flip them around and make your pipes and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Look, this is what I want right here. I don't want to disturb this. I want this to look cool. And what I was going to do is make my blenders right here so the pipes came straight out and it went like that, but I fucked up. So now I have to fix it. And what I'm getting ready to do is delete every single one of these except for these two and those two, and just leave this empty. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Sorry. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to worry about these pipes because it's more of a headache than anything. I'm going to do it the way I was going to do it, which is put these over here, tie them into the end, and call it a day. He's like, no, listen. No, listen. Linda, look it. I can't nudge these, so hopefully that's pretty close to where I need it to be. This is what we're going to do. I want my pipes straight, and I want them to connect direct. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it direct. So basically, we're going to connect this like this. Instead of overthinking this, it's going to be right here. You didn't cause nothing. I'm frustrated, and I'm trying to figure this out. And here's the deal. If I was like, ah, fuck it, I don't care about the pipes. Let's tie them all together in knots over here. Then I'd be like, fuck it. Okay, then let's make these two right here instead of running extra pipes. These are Mark II pipes, right? So basically what I could do is do this. These are already underclocked. Oh, this one, damn it, this one's not underclocked. Hold on. If I was going to do it, I would come over here and I would say, let me do it this way. Right? Yeah, I needed to connect to this outside pipe. So basically like that. Connect this pipe from there to there, there to there, and then connect this one to here. That's 400. Done. That's the way that I would resolve this issue. And then this one over here kind of sucks because I got this extra pipe here. So then I would just combine them on this end and underclock them to 200. The problem with that is I don't have enough extractors. I'm still going to have, if I do that, I still have to build more extractors. No matter how you look at it. The other way around is that we go, okay, that's 300, that's 600, man. We could do 600 on this pipe. Okay, well, how do you split 400 into 6?
Because these are 400s. These are not 6s. These are not 3s. This is 400s. These are 400s. Each one of these is 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. So I combine all that and do all that work, and then when I come out here, I got to go, okay, I'm going to dump off 400 here, which is not going to happen because it's a Mark II pipe. It's going to go 6. The priority fill system is going to be all fucked up, if that makes sense. Somewhere you have to restrict it to 4, so we're going to do all this combining over here just to decombine it over there. That doesn't make sense to me. That's a whole hell of a lot of work for little to no reward. So I'm going to keep these connected the way that I had them. There's 9,962 ways to play this game, and your way's one of them. You know what I mean? My way's one of them. So it's not like it's wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. You're like, do it this way. Okay, I could do it that way. I don't feel like that's the easiest way or the way that I want to do it, because what I feel like is, Saz, it's going good, brother. Saz is over on YouTube now. What I feel like is the best thing to do is to save this for aluminum, because you need water. We'll need water for aluminum, so we'll save that shit. We'll save all that for aluminum, and we'll just build this for these blenders. No problem. It really isn't a problem. It's really not a big deal. We build 2 more. These are already, I believe, yep, they're already good to go. So, yeah, I'm not starting anything either. I'm just saying, like, I should have, you're trying to rescue my screw up and be like, no, you don't have to do all that work. And I'm like, I don't mind doing a little extra work to make it look good. In this playthrough, I'm trying to kind of prioritize, I guess I'm trying to kind of prioritize looks a little bit. You fucked this up. Three, 4, 5, 6 lines. It's all good. It don't matter. And also, if I have to troubleshoot later, man, if you got to do all the pipes that way, and you got to come back and troubleshoot your pipes, and they're all knotted up like that, like, holy shit. I don't want any part of that. So, I'm not upset. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I probably should have done this closer, though, if we're being honest, but it's okay. Let's do right here. I'm going to try and rescue it in a way that's not going to make it look like shit. Basically, so what I did is I built this, I put all the blenders down in rows of 6. I did 6 rows of 6 instead of 6 rows of 8. And so when I did that, that takes my water to 800. Okay, well, obviously you can't push 800 water through a 600 pipe. So I split these into 4. Right? So my option was this. Either I split it and make the water work, so it's like 3, you know, I have every 3 of these is 300 pipe, or every 6 of these is a 600 pipe, and then split the end, you know, some crazy shit like that. I was more concerned with making my oil residue match these perfectly. So this is a 400 oil residue pipe coming through here. It matches a line of 8 perfectly. And now I'm trying to finagle my water to make my water match up. So what I did is I split these into 4 and made it a 400 and a 400. So I have half of these being fed this way, which these are 600 pipe or 400 pipes. So 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. And so now I'm just trying to make my water extractors match up. The problem that I ran into, and Nate was trying to help me with it, is that this math doesn't work out because these are all clocked to 300. So that means these pipes are 300. And he was saying, no, bro, 8 pipes of, I need 2,400 right here, right? 6 times 4 is 2,400. He's like, eight pipes of 300 is 24. And I'm like, exactly. You're right. You're correct. But once you take those 8 pipes of 300 or 8 pipes of 600 out here, whatever, 8 pipes of 300 out here, you got to turn those 300 pipes into 400 pipes because these are 400s. And so he was saying, no, just make one junction. And I'm like, no, I can't just make one junction because even if I took 600s out and I said, okay, this is 600, these are Mark II pipes. So when I tie a 600 onto this, it's going to fill 600 into this first, and then this, and then the priority fill system with pipes is going to fuck that all to hell. It doesn't split like conveyors. So we tested that out. Me and Tyre tested that out because I built a factory around that. And what happened is I was using Mark II pipes. And so I'll show you. Okay, so let's just pretend for a minute that this is a 600 pipe coming in, right? Let's pretend that we want 400 going that way, and we want 400 going this way. Okay, and then this one right here is a Mark II pipe. Or Mark I pipe, sorry, Mark I pipe, right? And so what we want to happen is we want this to split off. And this Mark II pipe Mark I pipe has 300 in it. So this should add 150 this way and 150 this way. And then this has 600 in it. So we have 900 coming in, right? Through this junction. So what's going to happen is this 600 and this 150, this pipe's going to fill first. Or this pipe's going to fill first and go out that way. It's not going to split like it should. This isn't sending 150 that way and 150 this way, and this is sending 300 this way and this 300 this way. It doesn't work that way. It fills one pipe and then fills the other. It's the path of least resistance. That's the way water works. That's the way fluids work. So when you're splitting stuff off, it doesn't work that way. And then you factor in also slosh because the pipes on the other side are not full. Slosh fucks that all up, and that's when you're going to start getting, fluctuations. And Tyre and I dealt with that like to no end, hours and hours of troubleshooting on that. So what I'm trying to do is not have to deal with all of that. What I'm trying to do is just say 400 goes into this pipe, period. It's not splitting, it's adding 400, 200, and 200. There's nothing else connected here, so by the time it gets right here, it's 400 going into that pipe. This one's going to do the same thing, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? And you guys are going to like freak out, but I got to fix this. Basically, in Satisfactory, if you use belts, it's solid objects. There's no slosh. There's no priority fill system. It splits at the splitter. The splitter... Hold on. Get out! Oh, God, I thought I fixed this. I didn't fix it. Okay, so you got a splitter right here. Chaos says it makes sense. You got a splitter right here. You take your belt, which is a Mark III belt, and you come into here, right? Where is it? Right here. You come into here with your Mark III belt. Your Mark III belt can take what? Two. God dang, pick a different one. 4. This is 480, I think. Yeah, 480. And you have a splitter right here. So even though I have a Mark II or Mark IV belt coming out here and a Mark IV belt coming out here, I have this is 480, right? This doesn't go, okay, fill this with 480 first and then fill this with 480. It splits it into 240 and 240. That makes sense, right? No matter what, that splitter splits 240. Okay? So now we take a Mark II pipe, which is 600. And we come up here. Let's put this right here. We take a Mark II pipe, which is 600. All right? So what you would think, if this follows the same rules as this, then this would be, whether this is a Mark II pipe or not, this would be 200, 200, and 200, right? This is not a splitter. You're looking at this like this is a splitter. It is not a splitter. That's not what a junction does for fluids. All it does is direct fluids. That's it. It directs fluids. Fluids are going to take the path of least resistance, which means if this pipe is full, it's going to fill this next, and this next, or this next, and this next. It's going to take the path of least resistance. It doesn't send 200, 200, 200, or 300, 300. It doesn't work that way. That's not the way fluids work. Okay? It works on pressure. So if this is full, the pressure is going to push the fluid this way, or it's going to push the fluid this way. More than likely, it's going to push it this way. So the only way, how do you restrict that? Well, there's a couple ways that you can restrict that. One is like this. A valve. Make sure, so you have a valve, right? So then you can come in here and you can set your flow limit. Now I can say 200. Okay, now no matter what's connected, that's going to push 200 that way. That's the limit. It will fill the last pipe first. Fluids will always take the path of least resistance. This is the only way to restrict it at 600. So now what's going to happen? Those are all 200. This is a 600. So this area right here is going to fill up, and then once this area is filled up and the pressure is built here, it'll only let 200 through here. But with this math, this is going to fill up. One of these is going to fill first. It's still going to fill first. It doesn't fill all of these at the same time, is what I'm saying. It's going to go 200, that's full, 200, that's full, 200, that's full, or it's going to trickle. So it's not, what I'm trying to illustrate, it's not a splitter system with pipes. This is not a splitter. It doesn't act like a splitter. So when you're saying, okay, well, this has 600 in it, and you need 400 off here, right? So then what I could do is go this way and put a valve in and say, well, I need 400 going that way. So I'm going to go ahead and say only 200 can go this way. Sorry, 200. What's going to happen is it's going to fill both of these pipes. It's going to fill this area first, and then it's going to say, okay, 200 that way or 400 this way. More than likely 400 this way because it has less resistance. So it's going to send 400 this way. Once this is 400, then it's going to send 200 this way. But this pipe has to be full. If this pipe's not full, it's going to slosh back and forth. So you're not going to get consistent flow. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? A lot of people treat this like fix the pipes, fix the pipes. but it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it's called priority fill. It's a priority fill system. It's not going to... Nate says, yes, it makes sense. So the point of my story, the moral of my story is, yes, it will eventually do what you want it to do. Eventually the fluids will fill up because volume is volume. So if I have 2,400 coming from here, right, through these 8 pipes, and I do a bunch of splits out here and connect those 6, eventually it'll level out. It's just a matter of how long it takes. And then, depending on the splits and the way that those fluid dynamics work, it could always back off of that. And so that's when you start seeing, like, you know, one of these firing up and firing down, and you're like 98%, and you can't figure out why you're not at 100. Well, that's why. Because of that priority fill and slosh. So once you start addressing that priority fill and slosh, then you'll be good to go. And so that's why I was like, I don't want to do a bunch of those, you know, splits and merges, if that makes sense. Oh, this is going to be terrible. Let's do it this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm a wild man. Absolutely insane. You know what I should have done? Hold on. I want to keep these pipes in line. That's all I'm trying to do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the oops, I did too many. I only need 5. And then delete these. And now my spacing's correct. So yeah, Saz, you're kind of right. It'll fill it, but it'll like the way that you're building your pipes is correct. You're not going to run into issues the way that you're building yours, because all yours are direct, basically 1-to-1 is what you're looking for. 1-to-1. You're not looking for a reduction or an increase. And as long as you do that, it'll fill and stay full. If you start doing reductions or decreases, reducers, if you're a lot of times if you're reducing, it increases pressure, so it's going to be path of least resistance. It wants to go through that opening first. If you go the other way around, that's not the case. Hopefully that makes sense. If this game wasn't, I'll say this, if this game wasn't like built with fluid dynamics, like real fluid dynamics in mind, then I would say throw all that shit I just told you out the window. But I know that's not the truth. And when Tyra and I were trying to figure out our issues, we tested a lot of this stuff, and we were like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I went back and I did a creative game, and I did a bunch of shit, and I was like, it absolutely makes sense. It absolutely makes sense because it's working exactly the way that it should IRL. Okay. I know that was a lot of work, but these are going to end up being doing it this way. This is 400. This is 400. Everything looks nice and clean going through there. This will be 400. Well, it won't be 400 like that, will it? These are underclocked to 2. So I mean, I guess you could, if you wanted to, you could take these all the way and you could do 600 through these each one of these pipes, but I don't really see why you would need to do that. If you start, I think if you start having slosh issues where you're not like staying 100% full, then yeah, I'd probably do it then. Is this gonna line up? Is it gonna give me a line over here? Nah, it's not, is it? I'm definitely gonna mega print this when I'm done. I want to steal some shit from Saz. If y'all didn't see his playthrough, his save game, dude has put a lot of time into his save. It is crazy. And he's got a long way to go, but it's freaking beautiful if you ask me. Oh, I screwed that up, didn't I? I'm probably gonna steal some shit from him. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to stand on that while I do this, and it doesn't matter. Nate, I'm not calling you out, man. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not, you know, whatever. Like, I'm not upset. I was just, I was frustrated because the situation's not working the way that I want it to work. And when shit doesn't work out the way that I want it to work, I throw a freaking little baby hissy fit. So, I hope you're not misconstruing, you know, me being frustrated at the situation for, like, being irritated with you. And when I said, you're stuck on stupid, I'm just like, I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm, you know, like, I'm like, no. I think, I just wanted to explain that, like, what you're saying is correct in any other situation, but because I'm focused on my pipes, like, looking good and running straight and all that kind of stuff, and because I'm worried about the fluid dynamics because of my past problems, I'm not going to do it that way. And I feel like if I would have been like, yeah, sure, join up and fix this for me, like, it would have been like, okay, what if it's not the way that I want it to be? And then I'm like, okay, that's great. Let me tear this apart. How would you have felt if I would have, you know, been like, nope, that's not the way I want it. Waited till you're done, tore it all apart, and been like, okay, I'm going to go back to my original plan and do it that way. You'd have been like, damn, okay then. You explained it well. Cool. And realistically, the way that I don't know what I'm trying to say. The way that you wanted me to do it, can be done. Because we're dealing with max pressure. We're dealing with everything being at 600 on those 8 pipes, but it's just, it would, if I split it, it would eventually level out that way because we're reducing, if that makes sense, but it's fine. Oh. Okay. We'll have to rethink that, but we're getting there. And then there was 2. There's 4 left. And then we have to do it on the other side. And for these pipes, we're just going to make a... We'll probably bump them up a little bit so we have some space, and then make a turn and come down this way. And then they're going to tie in like right here. So all of those will come out this way. And it'll be cleaner-ish. We won't have all this wasted, as much wasted space, but... I could have done this in a vertical, I guess, and not been such a big deal, but I think we would be beyond the 10 meter. Do gases do the same as fluids? Gases don't do the same as fluids. Gases, gases expand equally in all directions, as far as I know. They don't... I can't remember. They don't flow. Gases, I think... It's been a while since I messed with them, but I believe gases... So gases kind of work like a splitter, but they don't have a slosh. There's no slosh. So they kind of work the same way as fluids without the slosh, if that makes sense. I don't think that's straight. It was straight. So they don't go back and forth, in other words. Once it's full, it's full. And you don't have to worry about it. So if you had a, 600 line with gas, it should stay at 600. And if you had... That is not freaking straight by any means. I think I'm going to have to deal with lesser of two evils on this one. Is this not... I'm telling you right now, that's... I don't think that's straight, is it? It's not straight. What are you going to do, though? Oh, you know why? I bet I know why. Is that crooked? No, it's not crooked. It's straight. Yeah, gases are like... In this game, gases are easy to work with. Fluids are the pain in the ass because you have to deal with... Okay. All right, so all of these will be lined into that. Let's do this real quick before we forget. These are all underclocked to 12 or 200. And then we'll do these. Will this not lock into... Okay, that's fine. Let's spin this around. Just in case, because that... I want to make sure that we have enough room. Yeah, that's good. Come on, baby. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm doing here. 9, 10, 11. 12. All right. These to each other. That way. So no issues there. Oh my God. And I'm going to go over here and run the pipes around, and we'll start connecting from the end on this end over here. So these come off, and then we're going to connect from over here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 6. I don't think they're all going to connect. I think they're going to be too long. Yeah, that's too. Whoa. Yeah, too long. Damn. That's not how I wanted it. Okay, let's do this. All that's getting deleted, I believe. Oh, hell. Wait, what? Oh, I only did 5? All right, one more time. One more time. I was thinking about opening the game up, though, if someone wants to help me with the towers. If someone wants to start working on the towers, I would be willing to take a stream break and then change the session type and open it up so someone can start working on the generators. Because I have 240 of those to connect. Is that not? That's correct. That's correct. Okay, we're good. Is that on the line? That's on the line. Okay. I can make a blueprint for you. Okay, Saz. If you want to make a blueprint for me, that'd be great. I'd be happy to use it. I need 200. I'm gonna have to have 240 generators, and each one of my lines, I think, is 400 heavy oil residue. Or sorry, 8. Whoa, hold on. So I'm making 800 fuel in this line, 800 diluted fuel. So I was thinking about doing like 400s, something like that. I don't know if that matters. So lines of 20 generators, maybe. Either way, and even if I can line them up with an even split, that's what's gonna, whatever the blueprint is, as long as it's even, is gonna work. Oh, I quit. I hadn't even gotten into the big stuff. This is not the big power plant. This is only going to produce like 60K, I think. It might be 10 gens. 10 generators in one blueprint? What does Bobit say? I guess it does. Was that? Oh, that was back when we were doing our explanation. Man, I can't wait to do the big generator project. Oh, hold on. My math wrong? My math is wrong. One more. Again. I can do 4. Doing full 600 lines. That's my next project. Okay, hold on. I can't do... Can't do 600 lines. It's got to be 400s. If I do 600 lines, then I'm going to have 200 extra here, 200 extra here, 200. So that's a 600, 200, 200, 200. Oh, you can do 600s. You can do 600s. I'll have to split these last two onto, like, this will be 2, 2, and 2, and that'll come on a line. That'll be 2, 2, and 2. That'll come on a line. That's easy enough. That works. And then I'll have, yeah, that's fine. To make 600 lines. Oh, God. Oh. I had so many problems doing full 600 lines. When I backed off at 600 lines and I did 400s, I was at 100% on all my generators. I actually got everything to 100% when I wasn't running full lines. That's the only reason. And I don't know why that is, but I've never gotten 600 out of a 600 line. It's always like 598, 597. You want it basic or cool looking? I mean, I was honestly thinking about doing towers, thinking about stacking them and dragging my fuel up into a tower and then top down feed the generators. So whatever you think. If you're asking like decor wise, like you don't have to put like lights and shit in there. Don't do that. I can put 300 pipes in. 300s doesn't do me any good. Do Mark II pipes is fine. What I'm saying, my lines of blenders make 800. These are 800s. So I'd rather have a Mark II pipe than a Mark III pipe because then I can split into 4, which means I can do two Mark IIs, on each line, 2 Mark IIs. Sorry, 2 400s coming out of each one of these lines with Mark II pipes, which will feed 2 towers of 20. So a tower of 20 will be 1 line, and then a tower of 20 will be 1 line. And if you're doing 4 generators, I can stack it 5 times and make a tower of 20. That'll work perfect. If you'll do that, Mark II pipes with 4 generators. Four, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm almost certain that's not gonna. Yep, that's not gonna reach. So let's go here. Two, 3, 4, 5. And that'll be better because then this thing should be running at 100% all the time. There shouldn't be any slosh. There shouldn't be any issues. Oh, fuck that up. No, I thought I fucked it up. I guess I didn't. Okay. Bueno, bye. Is it? It's not gonna work. Fucking hell, man. Oh, you mother effer. What the fuck happened there? Oh. I was like, something's wrong. Yeah, that blueprint will help a ton. Okay. Next two. The only other thing that you can do with fluids is overbuild. So like to compensate for slosh is like basically make sure that you have too much fluids. So for example, if I need 2400 water, I'm going to engineer with 3000. Like, what I mean by that's like, instead of doing direct lines, you do like fluid buffer type systems where, let's just say that you got like that line needs 800. That line needs 800 water. Let's just say that I do 1200 and I do a fuel buffer or a buffer. So, you know, a buffer system that like the buffer's always full. I have 2 lines of 600 feet in a buffer, 2 lines of 600 feet in a buffer where it's always going to remain full. And then I have 600 lines pushing off. It's always going to be, that back pressure is going to be greater than the forward pressure. So I'm not going to have any slosh. Going top down, right? Yeah, that's my thought. That's what I was thinking is, I'm going to do a tower so it's gravity, you know, I'm not having to do my pumps. I only have to pump up the tower and then I'm done. But all of this is only if you're like, only if you're trying to be like, I want it to be 100%. I designed it this way. I want 100% efficiency. If you're looking for 100% efficiency, then build fail safes in there. Make it so that it can't fail. Because otherwise, you do all this bullshit with pipes where you're like, I got 72 pipe. Like, this is easy to troubleshoot. That don't look good for some reason. Why don't that look good? What I mean by that is with troubleshooting, you're always removing variables, right? So if I know, if I'm going down this line and I know that, like I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that this is not, I don't know, 100% or whatever. This is not, this line doesn't have 200%. And I start from that end, the far end where I'm getting 200. No, I'm going to come to the base. I'm going to be like, okay, first of all, let me check this. Okay, it's programmed for 200%. It's got its stuff in there. Now I'm going to check this line. Okay, it's good. I'm going to check this line. It's not good. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to delete this, delete this. I'm going to replace this and replace that. Now I'm going to check it. Okay, it's good. Or it's not good. I'm going to continue down the line. It's easier to troubleshoot that when it's one line instead of, I got 16 freaking things in one line, if that makes sense. And with plumbing, irrigation, plumbing, what they always tell you is every point you put a junction is a point of failure. Anywhere you can put solid pipe is going to be better. How many gens you want on one line? I'm thinking 20, Saz. I'm thinking 20 because I'm going to do a 400 line of fuel. I think each generator consumes 20 fuel. It's not ideal, but it consumes 20 fuel. So I'm thinking if we do 20 times 20, that's 400. We'll put a Mark II pipe up to it. Okay. Está bien. Everything's hooked up. Everything's good to go. Everything's nice and pretty. Pretty. So now what do we have? We've got each one of these is 400. Each one of these takes 100. We got 4 on a 400. It looks good. I can... What? Line that lines down and go from there. Your factory's come a long way. I want to look at it. I want to log into your save. Maybe we'll take a stream break here in a little bit and look at that. Okay, so here's what we got right now. We're going to have 2 fuel lines coming down here on each one, okay? So what we're going to do is right here at the end of each one, we're going to do this, okay? Oh, no, we're not. Hold on. We're flush. We're flush. Yeah, we're good. So we're going to go this way. All the water's tied in. The last thing that we're going to do is electrical. Because we're going to... I think what we're going to do is the control room up here. Sorry. We're going to do the control room up here with all of our batteries on this roof. On this area right here. And then we'll do the control room. What I mean by control room, all of this is going to be controlled independently. So like plastic, it's going to be on a circuit. Rubber's on a circuit. The water... shit. These 2 are going to be on its own circuit. Those 2 will be on its own circuit. And the rest of these will be on a circuit. This will all be on a circuit. That'll be on a circuit. So I'm going to put all those controls up here. on priority, not priority switches, but maybe priority switches. That way everything can be independently controlled for troubleshooting purposes. It's not that hard. It sounds harder than it is. It's not that hard. Okay. I freaking screwed up already. $57 degrees on the GPU. $50 on the CPU. Okay. Both of these have to come up. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Can we do them flush? If we can do them flush, we'll do them flush. We can do them flush. Okay. So Mark II pipe coming out of here. We're going to put 4 on each one. We'll do multiple power towers, or fuel towers, rather. Wait, I went too far, didn't I? Yep. And if you want to color code while you're doing this, while you're, you know, setting up, that's not a bad idea. And then just come back and recolor your stuff. Okay. The only issue I might run into is coming up right here, but I think I'm going to be okay. Oh, I just realized something, but it's fixable. Okay. This right here, I'm going to have to zoom this down to there. Let me look. Yeah, good. Oh, no. God dang it. All right, so we have to lift this line all the way down. I'm stupid. This line, we don't have to do junctions this time, though. So we just lift this line to, like... I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure Mark II pumps can lift 20 meters. I'm not sure. And then delete this. And then I think I can delete this. Like that. Okay. And then our towers, we're going to do something crazy. So I'm thinking like right here, vertical. Yeah, let's offset this a little bit. What the hell? Okay. And then we'll zoop this. No. Why did I do a half foundation there? Did that fuck up my whole line? It did. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go much higher. It's gonna be much higher. I'm just playing with the base right now, so. There. So, basically what we're looking at right now, we're going to have to elevate these pipes across here. And then they're going to have to go up. So what I was trying to do is get a foundation that'll go, god dang it. Get a foundation that'll go across here. Which is fine. This, oh, God bless it. Hold on. I screwed up. Per usual. We got to have space to work right there. This foundation is going to get deleted. Happy birthday, you'll... Or don't use candles on your cake. They will call the... Iron Tech, brother. What's going on? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so back to what I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted by Iron. Power towers. Okay, here's the deal. We don't know how tall these are going to be. We kind of know how tall they're going to be. So what we're going to do is go field generator. There'll be 4 of those. So we need 5 generators tall. 6. So we're going to go 30. Wow, that's going to be kind of tall. Kind of tall, kind of tall, kind of tall. So we're going to go 30. That's 27. $45 years old. Don't ever get old, kids. Don't ever get old. Stay young forever. And we'll do 3 more. Okay. I want, let's do this. Delete this. These are 2. Oh shit. I just grabbed that for the sake of. Hell yeah. So, Saz, what are those, why are they feeding out to the left or out to the side there? Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. That's perfect, Saz. That's perfect. I can run, yes, that's perfect. You caught me getting ready to do the oil change on the motorcycle. I want to change your oil, big boy. Hey-o. I forgot what I was about to say. Damn it, Iron, you distracted me. Sucker. I've been enjoying the motorcycle. Yeah, no, I like that blueprint. I'm thinking because I can stack that, so I can do 2 rows of 20. He says, huh. What? You're due for an oil change. I know it. I gotta get a drink. I knew it. Ugh. This will be so worth it once we have this power done. That'd be so nice. Yeah, Saz, it's perfect. I already got it planned out. I got an idea. It's gonna be great. Cool. There we go. We blocked out the sun. Mission accomplished. I went all the way across just because I'm gonna end up breaking this up into towers, but I went all the way across for now just to do that. Cool, man. Thank you, sir. I'll reload in a little while and load that blueprint. Ooh. We got some clipping. I'm not sure how. See all that clipping right there? Okay. So it's just a wall with the ledge on top. But we're going to end up breaking it because we're going to put our fluid buffers on top and then they're going to come down the other side. And that should be tall enough. I would say, and we actually don't need it this tall. We don't need it this tall because the way that he designed it is going to be a run of 20 per 400. So really, we're going to go straight out. Excuse me. It's going to be 2 generators tall. So we can probably cut some of this height off if we want to. God. I hate doing this. Okay. So that should be good. This has to come up before it can go. And do what we want it to do. Like that. And then it's going to go all the way up the wall. Thanks, Saz. Appreciate you, brother. I'll have to look. It might be 50 meters. Hell, Nate might be right. I can't remember. Does anybody know off the top of their head how many meters boost you get off of a Mark II? Okay, before we go any further, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut everything down. I'm going to shut the stream down. I'm going to take a quick break, go eat some lunch, hang out with the wife. I'll probably be back around, let's say, an hour, 4 o'clock, my time. I'm going to go ahead and load. Cosmic Chaos says 50 meters. Thank you, Cosmic. So what we're going to do is, Saz sent me a blueprint. We're going to use that on our fuel generators. But what I want to do is go ahead and get the fuel generator stacked out here and then finish this wall, because this is pretty excessive, this height. I don't think we need this height. I mean, we can send diluted fuel across the entire map right here, basically. So 50 meters of head lift. Okay, that's what I was wondering about, because I was like, man, at 20 meters, I'm going to have to put like 6 pumps in each one of these. And I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Wait, no. 16. I got 16 lines coming up here. So anyways, all right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and shut down, take a break. We'll be back with the birthday stream a little bit later. I don't know how late I'm going to be streaming tonight. I'm having a good time, so we'll just play it by ear. But man, that looks good. That looks so nice and clean down there, doesn't it? All the lines just look perfect. We're going to try and continue that. So anyways, when we come back, we're going to load up Saz's blueprint. We're going to start stacking out power generators over here and see our height. Realistically, this wall only needs to be higher than our power towers. So once the fluid's above the power tower, it's going to drop down and feed it. We don't have to pump anymore. We don't have to worry about it. It'll be great. It'll be huge, tremendous. So you guys take her easy. We'll be back here in an hour. It's 3 o'clock my time in 3 minutes. I'll be back here at 4 o'clock to continue streaming. We'll see you guys then. Y'all be good, and as usual, take care of each other. Adios.